Good morning. This morning for our morning meeting, we're going to read the book North Country Night. And this is one of my favorite books to read during the late fall and early winter. As you can probably tell, I really like to read books to you about what animals do during the seasons, and this is no exception. So get cozy, and I will read North Country Night. Snow is falling, and it's nighttime in the North Country. One by one, the lights go off in a cedar sided cabin that overlooks the deep blue lake. Now it is time for the forest to come alive with the creatures of the night. Under the winter moon, the great horned owl glides over the roof of the cabin and circles above the tops of the giant pine trees. He is searching for prey with his keen yellow eyes. Soon, the owl locates movement in the cool shadows below the trees. A gray coyote lopes effortlessly through the fresh snow. Although the owl is a fierce predator, he will not disturb the coyote. A couple weeks ago, now we didn't have snow obviously, but we looked out our back window and we saw a very large coyote in our backyard. It was kind of cool and kind of scary because, as we talked about predators, we have cats. And guess what cats are to coyotes? They're prey. So we made sure they were in the house. At the edge of the timber, the coyote finds the tracks of a red fox. The coyote knows it would not be easy to catch this clever fox, but instinct tells him that the fox may have picked up the scent of food. So he decides to follow the trail. The little fox is not looking for food, though. He is seeking out a woodchuck's burrow to take over for the bitter days ahead. So that little fox is looking for a place to sleep, but the coyote decides he's going to follow him, hoping he's looking for food. The coyote is not the only creature that the fox must be aware of. Silhouetted by the moonlight, a great tawny mountain lion is dangerously close, but the powerful cat is preoccupied with the tracks of another animal that he is stalking. The fox is safe for now. So there's the mountain lion, and he's stalking. That means quietly following another animal. The mountain lion continues stalking his prey through a dense woodland. Once the cat is at a safe distance, the porcupine lumbers into the clearing and up to a fallen fir tree. With quills loosely attached to his skin, the small mammal will claim the hollow arch in the tree as his den. So, mountain lions, they are the top predators. So even a fox and even porcupine, they all have to watch out because a cougar or a mountain lion it's a tertiary predator, which is just we call it a top predator because nothing except possibly humans or other mountain lions would hurt a mountain lion. After removing the last bit of snow from the entrance to his den, the porcupine crawls inside. He will stay there until the snow stops falling. Not far away, a cottontail rabbit sits under a cedar tree munching on twigs and leaves that have not been covered by the snow. Food is scarce, and the rabbit has made a lucky find. Once the cottontail has had his fill of food, he hops along the timberline on his way to the stream. As he starts down the embankment to the water, he senses danger and stands frozen. Suddenly, he turns and backtracks into the woodland. At the North Fork of the Black Stream, a hungry bobcat has located a rodent under a fallen bough. So all of these big predators are out looking for food. Do you think they're all hungry because it's winter and there's just not a lot of stuff around? Busy beavers have built a dam at the south fork of the stream. In the middle of the artificial pool that has been created, a lone beaver has picked up the scent of a bobcat. Hurriedly, he swims up to the lodge, built of twigs and mud and logs. In this lodge, he will be safe from the sleek cat. Downstream from the beaver lodge, a long-tailed weasel in his white winter coat has also picked up the bobcat's scent. The frisky little weasel, knowing he will not fare well against the cat, paddles across the stream. He is headed for a familiar brushy area where he can easily escape from the predator. Just around the bend from the brush where the long-tailed weasel has taken refuge, a curious raccoon shuffles out behind a bush. This furry scavenger with a bandit's face makes his way down the stream where he will feed at the water's edge. Little bandit, look at his little mask. The raccoon soon discovers a large rainbow trout that has washed ashore, and after filling himself with the tasty fish, he continues on his journey. Across the water near the mouth of the lake, a wet-furred river otter slides down the icy bank to the swift current. While the playful otter takes another run into the current, a mule deer trots down the embankment to the lake's rim. The graceful deer bends her slender neck and takes a drink of the cold water. The mule deer turns away from the lake and makes her way along the grove of pine trees. As dawn approaches, the soft light touches the tops of the lofty pines, and high above in one of the trees, the great horned owl will soon be asleep. So now we're back to the beginning. Across the lake and farther up the shore, the lights go on in the snow-covered cabin. In a few hours, the sun will rise, and the chimney smoke from the breakfast hearth will signal the end of another North Country night. So what I really like about this book is the different actions that the author used to describe how the animals moved. So let me find a couple of them here. So a cottontail hops. So we all know bunnies hop, right? But there's another one that I really like. Oh, the mountain lion stalks his prey. That's a good one. So I want you guys to think about if you were a mountain lion, how would you move? It's different than a bunny would hop. A stalking motion would be a little bit slower because they want to be sneaky and quiet. Let's see here. I'm trying to find another word. Well, I know which one it was. Sorry, guys. It was, lumber. So if you were to lumber, you're going to be awkward. It's a little different than stalking, which is slower and thought out. But lumbering, like bears lumber, their bodies are kind of like, it's not as graceful looking as if you were a stalking bobcat. So I want you to practice some of those moves or think of some other ways and some actions that the animals at night would move. How would a deer move? How would the raccoon move? I think they use the word scurry, which is kind of quick, like little animals usually scurry. So there was also the owl. How would an owl move? And just practice some of the different animal movements, and have fun. Have a good day, guys.